I was telling somebody the other day that I thought that very quickly when everyone would realize that I was a genius and that I would become famous overnight for managing large-scale websites and coming up with all these methodologies. And it's 10 years. It's 10 years. And that's why I have an exclamation at the end of that. For goodness sakes, web governance now, it should be a question mark, now? Pretty please? Can we actually really get this stuff together? So there's lots of reasons why. So I'm frustrated and I'm on a cause. And I'm hoping to make at least 2 evangelists today, maybe 7. So why do we want to govern the web, right? Because that's just a little bit about where I come from. So I'm kind of a tool girl, kind of a process girl, a lot of different things. So these are the obvious ones. You want to make a quality, low-risk web presence. I think this is really important because people talk about technologies, and I said this in New York, and I'll say it now because I say it every chance that I can get, which is you want to be able to react to new technologies. When all these new things happen, and who knows what's going to happen tomorrow on the web. Like anyone who says that they know is just lying and making stuff up, right? It's sort of still a crapshoot. We don't know which way this is going to go business model-wise. But we do know that when something happens, the ability for your organization to react to it quickly is very important, right? To make decisions about it and make a quality sound, not just implement quickly, but really have a solid whole-scale reaction. And web governance does that. So the creation of standards, and I'll talk a little bit or a lot about standards later on, is that standards actually enable collaboration. And the ability to collaborate and move quickly is key in this reaction piece of it. So people often think that standards constrain creativity and constrain collaborative efforts, but it's not true. Standards enable collaboration. If you look at Wikipedia, it's a standard set. It's a standards framework. RSS. I mean, all of the things that we love so much that are so powered are very standards-based, and it's limited what people can actually do. You have to only a certain number of characters. It allows things to scale very, very quickly, and governance provides that. And then the last piece is really the alignment of your web presence with your organizational objectives. So that seems really obvious, but it's usually not quite done in large-scale organizations. You have an organizational mission, and then you have your web presence, and somewhere between organizational mission and your web presence, something screwy happens. Right? I'll make you make it look like that because we read left to right. That's your left to right, right? So somewhere between those two things, something happens. And usually what's between those two things is the craziness of your organization, right? Here's the mission, here's your web presence, and it has to go through all these people, weird oddities. She hates him, IT hates marketing, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm sure as heck not going to do what that person told me to do. And then you get this kind of mutated version of the digital manifestation of the organization out the other side, and no one can figure out why. Web governance helps that.